Thank you, Colwyn. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. Starting off with some news coming out of St. Kitts Nevis. There is now just one country across the Americas that has no confirmed cases of the new coronavirus. St. Kitts Nevis is the only country in both North and South America that has not reported COVID-19. The announcement was made by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Timothy Harris of St. Kitts Nevis, who stated that the government was working hard to keep it at bay as long as possible. The government issued stricter travel restrictions. It told people from areas affected by coronavirus, including United States, Europe, and China, not to travel to the island. The government also said anyone arriving in the country would have to go through an advanced screening process for COVID-19 regardless of the point of origin. Non-nationals would be subjected to a mandatory quarantine for at least 14 days at government sites where they will have their health checked on a daily basis, a statement from the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service said. In an address to the nation last Sunday, Harris said his government was in preparation mode since earlier in the year.
Very early in the year, our preparations began, and all arms of your government are working to a robust plan aimed at preventing this pandemic from arriving on our shores and to fight it should it arrive. We approach this challenge from a strong position with all our measures based on expert advice from our Chief Medical Officer, the National Emergency Management Agency Coordinator, and leading figures in the local, regional, and international health community.
As well as its travel restrictions, Harris also said social distancing was important to stop the spread of COVID-19. He added that sporting events were cancelled, while visits to prisons were being restricted. The government has also restricted visits to centers that care for the elderly. St. Kitts Nevis is said to be the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere and the least populous. And now for some news coming out of Antigua and Barbuda. Police are investigating an incident of a break-in at the Liberta Community Clinic in Antigua and Barbuda, where thieves reportedly made off with all of the health facilities' hand sanitizer. The thieves also took other cleaning supplies and drinks from the refrigerator. President of the Antigua and Barbuda Nurses Association, Soraya Dupi Winston, says the incident is very disheartening. The alleged burglary took place sometime between 4 p.m. on March 23 and 7 p.m. on March 24. Over to Trinidad and Tobago. The number of confirmed COVID-19 coronavirus cases in Trinidad and Tobago is now at 60. The number was disclosed by Health Minister Terence D.L. Singh at a press briefing in Port of Spain on Wednesday morning. D.L. Singh said that 44 positive cases came from the cruise ship passengers and that there was still very limited exposure to community spread. A total of 370 samples have been tested as of Thursday morning. D.L. Singh appealed again to the 20,000 people who entered Trinidad and Tobago over the past 14 days to keep to themselves as far as humanly possible. He said, don't go out, don't go to work, to the mall, in a taxi, or at a grocery store to limit community spread of the disease. Chief Medical Officer Roshan Parashram said a large number of these people have been doing the right thing, but it would only take a few to put citizens in jeopardy. He said that law enforcement was monitoring people and if required, people would be quarantined. Stricter quarantine measures to be around homes or for fines or a term of imprisonment imposed. He said there were examples of people not doing the right thing, and if people did not abide, the full force of the quarantine law will be enforced. And finally, our last story coming out of Jamaica. Jamaica recorded a bloody 48-hour period with 16 murders on Sunday and Monday. 7 of the 8 murders that occurred on Monday were in divisions where the police and army are manning a state of emergency. 8 murders were committed on Sunday, with a 9-year-old boy in St. James among the victims. There were also a triple killing in Olympic Gardens that day. Monday's murders spanned a 9-hour period from 10:22 a.m. to 7:15 p.m., according to data provided to the police hierarchy. St. Andrew South, Jamaica's deadliest police division in raw numbers, recorded 3 of the other murders, while St. James and St. Catherine North each recorded 1. Kingston Central, which has not been under a state of emergency, reported the 8th murder. Up to Sunday, March 21, total murders stood at 306, a 2.3% increase over the corresponding period in 2019. Portland remains the only parish without a murder in 2020. Well, that has brought us to the end of tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching, and back to you, Colwyn.